So I had this circle that I had put some paint around, but the pencil circle in the middle was from a Technique Friday where I was talking about pencils. And I thought, oh, it kind of looks a little bit like an eye, or I can make it look like one. So I had used some leftover scrap paint to do that. So I'd thrown a whole heap of, you know, teal scraps onto the page already the night before, just wondering what I wanted to do with them from there. And just use some of my homemade Mod Podge, and now I'm adding in a layer of clear gesso, but I'm diluting it with a little bit of matte medium because it can be a little bit too gritty, because the Mod Podge that I'd used the night before was a little bit shiny. So I'm drying it out now, and then after I finish drying it, I'm actually going to get a file out and just gently file it down, except that of course it was still just that little bit, you know, the paper was just that little bit delicate, so I ripped some off, but I didn't mind because I wasn't using that part. But it just smoothed some of the grit off so that I could then paint or draw over it. And I decided at the moment I'm going and looking for my paints in my paint nook, and I'm looking for the colours Bright Aqua in Liquitex, Naples Yellow in Montmartre, and Phthalo Turquoise in Atelier. And I'm just using a credit card to scrape it over the lot, and it made me happy to do it. And I just really enjoyed that part. Adding in a little bit more, and then I'm going to smudge it for the detail around the eye with my finger. And I still got no idea what I'm going to do with this page. And it was funny because I just put a photo of it at this stage onto my Facebook page, and somebody said spaceships, and that made me think of aliens, and I thought, what a strange eye. Yep, I'm going to go with aliens. So have a look and see what I do here. So I've decided that those little circles that I had punched out are going to become either moons or planets. So it's just sketching out a basic face, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Yeah, I'm going to draw an alien, but he looked a bit fat, so you'll see me rubbing him out here in a second, and I will make his face more angular. And I just thought, yeah, like a cat's eye in the middle. And I started to shadow in this thing here and start making it more a little bit unusual. Blended it in with a blending stump, and I'm just shading in the Martian or the alien at the moment, just that first coat, and I'm going to blend it in with some gesso. Just activate it with some gesso over the top, not water, because that can go a little bit streaky over clear gesso. And just putting in that underlayer here for the body and blending in. I'm still smiling while I'm looking at this page. So then I thought that I would put light shadows around the sun and the moons or the planets or whatever I expect them to be, and I just started to shade them in and make them stand out. I'm just using a whiteout pen just to do some dots and a little bit of a starry constellation or an asteroid going across. Really funny. So I'm looking at this now and thinking, where to from here? So I thought, I'll just add in the body and start shading in the face. And I'm using a deeper colour of Neo colour just to really kind of shade in that face, and put the eyes in yet, so it looks a bit strange. And I'm like not being very scientific about this. I'm just it's just come out of my imagination. I like it. And I just kind of really want almost that kind of almost solar eclipse look coming out of those circles. I don't know, this is such a classic alien feature. It's just they look funny. Oh dear, the things we do, hey? Oh gosh, Ros Jones, this is your fault. You suggested spaceships. Ros Jones from Western Australia, I'm holding you responsible. So now I'm just putting in some final shading. And I'm going to use some Lumiere paint on that alien shortly. Note how I sharpened that pencil. That's a blue Stabilo all pencil. Perfect over these kinds of surfaces, water activated, goes over just about anything. I wanted this one to kind of look like it was exploding at the bottom. Just water and blending, and it's blending into the paint and exploding out. I'm just creating drips. There you go. Just to make them look a little bit odd. And I'm looking at drips and just shadows and stuff around this eye, and yeah, I just thought, I wonder what that is. Like, really? I thought I would darken it in with the Stabilo all pencil in black and just deepen those shadows out. Yeah. So yeah, it looks really funny. Just adding in a little bit of shadow and borders, and yeah, just with all of that. And there's some light. I've left some whiteness on the other side and some lightness on the other side of the alien. So there's the Lumiere paint going on, and he has a real shininess now. I thought I'd give him slightly luminescent skin. Yeah. And the thing that kept going through my mind, looking at that big eye at the bottom, and I have been looking at it thinking this for weeks and weeks, is it's creepy. It looks kind of creepy, and I just kind of thought, what kind of creepy am I? I'm just, yeah, that I would even think to do this page. It's funny what comes up in your head when you're just sitting there playing around and doing some weird stuff. Alright, ciao for now.